Get some good juice. Well, it's not a juice, it's like a shake, basically. So now what I try to do is, because I was local for a little while, right? And because I was at home often, so I was able to like, keep the weight off. But now that I'm back on the road, doing OTR again, I don't want to gain the weight back up. And I'm actually, as a matter of fact, I'm trying to like, tighten up a little bit. So, because I plan on going to Poland for a couple months. So I want to be able to like, stay fit because, I got things to do. I got people to see and all that good stuff. So I want to, look my best. All right. I'll be launching my blog soon. It's called That Hub Life. It's basically just being on the road. It's kind of like based on a nomadic lifestyle. And as an artist, I will, go places, freaking like, do my artwork, paintings, and, as I travel, basically, because I enjoy doing that. It's like it's a lifestyle blog. And also with the channel is going to be a vlog as well, That Hub Life. So, yeah, once I set it up again, everything's all set up and I can start launching it, basically. So, yeah, man, this month has been quite rough, I might say. Holy crap. There's a lot of crazy shit going on, man. You had, first, they took out my boy, Charlie Kirk, right? And then, which wasn't even the worst part, right? The worst part is the reaction afterwards, seeing how people were just like gleaning and laughing and celebrating, right? And because, all right, here's a funny thing, right? This is how you know that a lot of these folks, they have been spoiled for so long, and they never thought about accountability. For this whole time, they really thought they were the good guys, right? So that's why they felt so brazen in their celebration. They're like, ha ha, your homie dad. You have like people just like being just nasty pieces of work. And the funny part is, this is the funny part, right? You have those who just was like celebrating like galore, like tore up gangster, yeah, all that crazy shit, right? All because somebody said things that you don't like, which is the crazy part for me, right? He's like, you guys are violent, words are violent, and then commit actual violence against people that they disagree with, and then in their mind, they're justified, right? They're justifying committing this act because to them, it's like, hey, you should have said that. You should have been talking shit, nigga. And then, here's the crazy part, right? Here's the crazy part. Now that they actually have the consequences of their action, now they're a victim. Now they want to play victim. Oh, I thought you guys believe in freedom of speech. Oh, how dare you? You got me fired from my job. Oh, it's like, shut up. You don't believe in freedom of speech. So why the hell would we uphold you to a standard that you don't believe in? We're holding you to a standard that you believe in. You don't believe in freedom of speech. But no, I thought you guys were against cancel culture. It's like, you try to get people canceled because they don't believe in 50 genders. You got canceled for something that you actually done. There's a difference. You would lie on people to get them fired, right? And we just tell the truth about you, and you got fired. And here's the funny thing, right? A lot of these companies been trying to get rid of these motherfuckers for a very long time now, right? Because like during Biden, during all these other mess, the DEI, I know it's a dirty word now. It's kind of funny. Like DEI was like so proud. It's like, oh yeah, DEI, yes. It's like whatever it stands for. I don't care no more, right? And then now, when they called you a DEI hired, oh, that's racist. Oh, that is sexist. Like, dude, aren't you proud of being a DEI hired? I thought that was the goal. You called yourself a DEI hire. Now that we called you a DEI hire, you got a problem with that? Of course you do, because deep down, If it wasn't for the color of your skin, a lot of you motherfuckers wouldn't be hired. And which sucks though, right? Which sucks because the people who actually have mad skills that belong there, that meet all the qualifications and stuff like that, that actually deserve to be that spot, now people are looking at them quite differently and thinking about, like, thinking about their credential. Thinking about, like, did you get the job because you qualify, or did you actually get the job because of the color of your skin? Funny enough, that's one of the things that Kirk was saying, and then because of that, he was called racist. And it's like, bro, like, y'all believe in equality, right? So then, isn't it that fair to be equally criticized just like everybody else? Everybody else. What? You above reproach now? Like, nobody can criticize you because you're black? Nobody can criticize you because you're gay? Nobody can criticize you because you just belong to one of those minority group? Like, and that's also one of the things. Look, every time I see somebody send me like a freaking thing about, like, see, this is how your homie Kirk, this is how he's racist, and then they show you some clip taken out of context, right? And then when you see the whole thing, and then when you see, like, the explanation behind these clips, all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, that's type of shit a lot of black people be saying too. Oh, he should have said that because he's white. Oh, okay, all right. But you talk shit about white people all the time. What the fuck is the problem? What, white people can't talk shit back? Like, who the fuck make you king? And this is the things, like, oh, it's a dog whistle. It's like, no, it ain't. If it's a dog whistle, how come y'all motherfuckers are the only one that tend to listen? Are you a dog? And it's like, what the fuck, man? And look, no one's above reproach. People criticize my country all the time. Normally, they criticize it. Once I don't agree with them, then they turn around and be like, why don't you worry about your country, huh? It's like, nigga, I've been here since I was 13, right? I'm a U.S. citizen. I've been paying taxes for, like, ages. So hell yeah, I'm gonna have a say what's going on in U.S. politics. You got a problem with that, right? And the fact that my country is in the state that it is right now is because of the fact that motherfuckers, like, they pass the point where people ain't talking no more, right? And I'm looking at, let's say, some of the things that's going on in Haiti, and I've seen some of the telltale sign, and I'm like, wait a minute, you guys keep doing this, y'all gonna end up being a third world country. Y'all gonna end up being in a position where political violence is normal. Y'all need to stop that shit. Oh, you a coon, you a sellout. How dare you? You don't represent us. You're not a black person. You're from Haiti. Go back to Haiti. Go fix Haiti. Nigga, you think if I could, I wouldn't fix Haiti? Bro, the reason why people are bailing out of Haiti because there's, like, it's unfixable. You have to tear this whole shit down and start over again from scratch. And then now I'm seeing the same element, the same stuff that's happening, and I'm like, yo, y'all going through some dangerous shit. Like, yo, y'all killed somebody because you didn't like what he said? Like, oh, but he was racist, that doesn't matter. It's like, nigga, like, are you? No, it was like, bro, that what I'm saying though is like, yo, in regard, okay, take it whatever, right? Whether it's out of context, listen, even if what's this dude name? That racist piece of crap, Nick Fuentes, right? Let's say if Nick Fuentes got killed, yeah, he's racist, but I'm not gonna celebrate. I'll be like, oh damn, that fucking sucks. Well, condolences to his family, and I keep it pushing. If I don't have nothing nice to say about someone's passing away and shit like that, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But you motherfuckers were celebrating, and then when we called you out, when we actually, like, you wanted to be famous, right? You wanted to show people how proud you were about somebody's death, right? So we'll be like, all right, we'll give you an audience. We're just gonna like, let everybody on the internet see who you truly are. All of a sudden you are a victim. Oh, these people got me fired. Oh, these people came to my job. Granted, I don't condone anyone going to anybody's job, right? Or, their places of business and stuff like that, or harassing them, calling them and all that stuff, right? No, this is a piece of shit move to do. Right? However, if I'm an employer, right? If I'm an employer, and then somebody send me some email, be like, yo, is this your employee right here? And then I see my employee just like, celebrating someone's death, right? It's like celebrating a terroristic act. And I'm looking at this person, I'm like, yo, that's the person that worked for me? And then mind you, let's say that, let's say I would have, let's say, liberals and conservative working in my station and stuff like that, right? So am I gonna feel comfortable with this person would think that a conservative died and it's a good thing? What about my conservative clients? Would that person actually serve them, or would they discriminate against my clients based on their political affiliation? So yeah, that's the point. Then that person become a liability. You fire their ass. And besides, they probably have reviews after reviews of all the crap that they've been pulling through, and their employer were like so afraid to fire them because of like all these fucking like lawsuit that might be pending afterward. And then now you just hand them the key to the castle. Like, oh, finally I can get rid of this taxes ass motherfucker. Like, you're always offended, always gotta tiptoe around you. Every time you say something, like you just gotta like be so difficult to work with. No, a lot of these people got fired because they were like, their employer were just happy as hell they had a good reason to finally get rid of their ass. Finally. And then now you want to come back to the internet crying and shit like that, talking about like, oh no, cancel culture, freedom of speech. You celebrated when somebody assassinated this guy over freedom of speech, over conversation, over things that you didn't like. And we're supposed to feel sorry for you because you lose your job. You're no longer a barista. Like, nigga. No, that sympathy for you losing your job. I think here's in the campaign, right? There's smear campaign that we have against Charlie Kirk. Here's why the smear campaign, right? Because for so long, these guys keep pretending that they were the good guy. They keep pretending that they were the people of compassion. They were the compassionate one. They were the people that were tolerant and this and that, right? And they spent so long, the propaganda was so thick, and it was backed up by mainstream media. It was backed up by, before Orange Man came back into office, it was backed up by a lot of the social media stuff, right? So then therefore, they felt emboldened they could not be canceled, and no matter what the hell that they do, they would you would have people circling the wagon around them, right? Let's say Antifa riding in Portland for like months, like hundreds of days, right? The mainstream media quiet, right? After George Floyd passed away, right? Motherfuckers like spent like a whole summer burning the city down. Mainstream media make excuses for them, talking about, oh no, it's it's whatchamacallit, peace, shit. I forgot the term, the term that they use, right? Fiery but peaceful, right? That's the term that they use, fiery but peaceful. Like, you have like dozens of people that passed away. You have like black businesses that got burned down, right? The neighborhood that you claim you protecting black people. No, burn this short shit down, talking about like, oh no, we're fighting for liberation. We're fighting for this. No. You're just using black people over and over and over again to be an asshole. That's what you've been doing. So then now, let's say now with January 6th came through, right? Which is like, a lot of these motherfuckers deserve to go to prison, right? But also, there was a lot of propaganda going on. There was a lot of psyop going on as well too, but nobody wants to acknowledge that, right? And then you have like some idiots running through the Capitol and stuff like that, right? And that one person that got killed was shot, Babbitt, or whatever her name was. She got shot. She was like a MAGA person, right? So then now, all of a sudden, you motherfuckers are holding your clutch. You're clutching your pearl. Like, oh, violence. But the children. Look at the children. It's like, shut up. It's like, bro, and granted, like I said, these people, the ones who broke the rules, the one that was causing chaos, yeah, they deserve to go to jail. See? You see the difference? When people act like assholes, I don't make excuses for them. When people act like assholes, I don't try to make excuses for them. That's the difference. But you guys, like the ones who were not celebrating, right? They come up with so many justifications as to why you should murk someone because you do not agree with them. And that's as much as a piece of crap than that with the person that we're celebrating, right? And it's like, and the reason, here's why. Here's a funny thing, right? This is the difference between people who are who have cultish behavior and those who are not, right? When you are in a cult, they do not want you to get any type of all the information that is outside of your bubble, outside of your circle. That's why they try so hard to shut down any other type of dissent, right? The left become what it is today because those who are ringing the alarm, those who are actually have opinion of their own, were canceled, they were kicked out, they were just like, they were harassed by their own people. You guys had Joe Rogan, y'all lost him. You guys had Elon Musk, y'all lost him. All because he disagreed with you at some point. All of a sudden, he was the worst person in the world. Like, are you for real? Could you imagine, right? Can you imagine, right? Being part of the group of people that you cannot even disagree with them? Dude, that's cult behavior right there. There's 50 genders. No. I mean, I still don't like Trump, but no. Oh, you're a Trump supporter. No, I'm not. You're a Trump supporter. No, I'm not. You're a Trump supporter. I mean, shit, I guess I am. Right? And that's how it goes. And like, the reason why the left became as toxic as it is because like as soon as someone criticized them, they got a problem with it. Now, let's take a look at, let's say, the right wing, right? Dude, do you know how many white wingers criticize Trump on a regular basis? Take, for example, the Epstein file, right? I'm critical of that. I'm looking at Trump like, yo, bro, that looks fishy, man. You should have released that shit. Right? Like, he does shit that I don't agree with. Say, for instance, when he passed this executive order about, like, the flag burning. It's like, no, dude, that's, I might not like it, but it's part of, it's part of freedom of expression. You can't just pass a rule and shit like that talking about, like, people should go to jail or be arrested if they're actually burning flags. Like, no, I don't agree with that. So you're going to have, like, so many different opinions on certain matters like that, on certain thing. But it doesn't mean that, like, we don't come together. Like, I think the difference is, right? You have people that love this country more than they don't like the opposition, versus you have people that actually hate, like, the country this much, they rather see it burn to the ground. That's the difference. And that's why, like, whenever you try to, let's say you have politicians that's making a difference, right? People that are actually making a difference. And then, you have, like, so much hate, so much backlash. And it's like, dude, every other country you go to, right? They're proud of their nations. Haiti, proud of being Haitian. Nothing wrong with that. Jamaican, proud of being Haitians. No problem. Proud of being Jamaicans. No problem. You from Ghana, you from wherever you're from. You could be proud of being where you're from. You could be proud of being black. You could be proud of being whatever. You can't be proud of being white, though. Oh, that's racist. You can't be proud of being an American. Oh, that's a nationalist. And it's like, really? What the? And that's the thing that infuriates me, because, like, if you're talking about equality, then the person have as much right as you do. There's a lot of people that do stupid shit, that say stupid shit. Like, Destiny. He's a piece of shit. I think he's a piece of shit. He's a smart piece of shit. I mean, no, he's not a smart piece of shit. He's a talking fast piece of shit. But however, I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. And if something bad happened to him, I wouldn't be celebrating. Be like, yo, that's fucked up. Whoever did this needs to go to prison, right? But you guys are so, and it's funny, y'all surprised because the mask came off. Y'all surprised because the mask came off and you could no longer hide the fact that you side with people that are evil. You side with people that actually, like, want your kids to not reproduce. You side with people that actually, like, don't want the next that don't want the next generation to come through. They want you to, cut off your reproduction system. You just switch up to whatever and shit like that, and they just like keep eating themselves, and then when they can't, then they just like try to indoctrinate your kids over bullshit. And here's the funny part, right? And this is the funny part, that this is the thing that's funny as hell about like certain black people, right? It's like when these leftists, when their propaganda is not working, what do? They run and hide behind black people. They run and hide behind black people. Because what was the main criticism of Charlie Kirk before, right? Before, the main criticism was like he was homophobic, he was transphobic, right? So then, because that's why they were trying to zoom in on, right? Oh, like he hate trans people, he's this, he's that, right? But then once they realize this shit doesn't work, so then now their next target is like, he's racist. Why? Because they want to actually rile up black people, so then they can hide behind black people saying that, see, the reason why we never liked Charlie Kirk is because he's racist. Like, what the fuck does black people have to do with your bullshit? Right? Like y'all said before, it's white on white crime. Right? So then now they try to hide behind black people or the black cause, because that's all they always do. Same thing that, whenever they want to pass a bullshit, pay attention, right? Whenever these people try to pass a BS law, they try to use black people as their mascot. Whenever they try to pass a BS law, they try to use black people as a mascot. Oh, they want to pass, like, let's say, Green New Deal, you can't freaking turn on your stove at 10 o'clock at night and shit like that because you got to save the planet. What did they say? They will come up with some articles talking about like, oh, black people are the most affected with climate change, right? Climate change affect black people more, and that's racist. And as soon as you hear this bit, you're like, nigga. Like when they try to get people to vote that don't have any documentation, what do they say? Oh, it is racist to ask people for ID, for voter ID, because some black people don't know how to get ID. It's like, you for real? And it's like they do that over and over and over again. And what's frustrating is the fact that, like, you have some black people that continue to side with these BS, and they don't get nothing for it at the end of the day, right? Oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for Kamala because I'm gonna vote for Biden because we're gonna get reparation. Be like, I don't think you're gonna get that. Like, shut up, you coon, shut up. You don't care about black people, right? And it's like, you're not really gonna get it, right? And then, hold and behold, nothing, right? And then what do they do now, right? They stay quiet. Oh, they would like criticize Biden, but under the breath, be like, but Trump is bad. Trump is bad. And as soon as Trump came through, all of a sudden now, the reparation talk start again. It's like, nigga. Same thing with the Epstein file, right? It's like, you had this motherfucker like on the office for 4 years. Not a peep about releasing the Epstein file, right? There was no pressure on Biden to release the Epstein file. There was no pressure on Kamala to do none of that shit. No. But as soon as Trump came into power, all of a sudden now, you guys have a moral high ground. It's like, and the funny thing, right? Those who were criticizing Biden for not releasing the file and stay quiet over Trump not releasing the file, y'all hypocrite. The same way those who are staying quiet for Biden not releasing the Epstein file, but have a whole lot to say when Trump's not releasing it, you're also a hypocrite, right? And it's like, your moral ground, your moral stance shouldn't sway based on who's in power, right? Whoever's in charge, if I say, okay, if Trump do something that I think is fucked up, I'm gonna say it. Like, it's fucked up, dude. I don't believe in that. I think you're wrong in this one. I got no problem criticizing people that I support. Got no problem being loud about it. The same thing with, let's say, with Palestine, right? Like, you have people on the left and the right that is against the crazy shit that's going on in Palestine, right? I don't want to see, like, you know, people being bombed and, you know, discriminately. I think that's messed up. And you have the right to criticize a foreign nation, right? So therefore, a lot of these conservatives that are like, oh no, you should criticize Israel. No, I don't believe in that, right? I think, like, people should criticize whoever the hell they want to. And people shouldn't be murked for criticizing other people. Because when you get to that stance, and that's when society fell apart. And now it's like, I've seen people talking about, like, yo, what was also now with Jimmy Kimmel, right? Do you realize, like, they throw a bigger fit for Jimmy Kimmel being canceled over someone being for speaking their mind? And it's so freaking hilarious to me how to see the gaslighting. But freedom of speech is under attack. Blah, blah. Did you say anything when the president of the United States was actually taken off of Twitter? Oh no, you had no problem with freedom of speech then, right? No problem at all. When you have a double standard, then you have no standard at all. When you have a double standard, you have no standard at all. And I have to ask people, right? I have to ask people, what is gonna be the final straw for you before you realize, okay, I can't support this? What is it gonna be? Because at some point, I was a liberal. At some point, I was a liberal. But then when I see things start going crazy, like, I don't support this. Bruce Jenner came about, I'm a woman. Like, no, you're not. Shut up, bigot. It's like, whoa, why are you losing your shit because I don't agree with something? Right? And then slowly, but slowly, it's like I can't even criticize people that I'm siding with. If they're wrong, I'm supposed to be quiet and not say anything. Like, no, I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be part of that no more. Right? And then also, when I start paying attention, when I see, like, okay, they're telling me who to hate. They're telling me I'm supposed to hate this person and that person and that person. I'm like, why? And the more they push it, the more I start doing my own research. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then you start realizing, yo, these people are lying on others, and then they're supposed to be the reliable source? I'm supposed to side with liars? I'm all right. I'm good. I'm gonna take a step back, right? I'm gonna be on the fence for a little while. I'm gonna see how things go. And then now, and I realize I'm okay. Well, the people that they're telling me to hate, somehow doing a better job than the people they're telling me to embrace. Like, why? It's like, okay, Black Lives Matter. Okay, I believe Black Lives Matter. Does it matter when we're just like gunning down young men and then, we're letting criminals out in the street the next day? Did Black Lives Matter when we're burning down businesses that belong to black people as well? Does Black Lives Matter when you keep robbing them stores and stuff like that to the point that these businesses have to close down and move out of the black neighborhood? When exactly does Black Lives Matter? Oh, only when a black person is killed by a white person. That's the only time Black Lives Matter. So how the hell I'm supposed to side with you? And that's the thing. It's like, bro, I can't do that. Like, when it's wrong, it's wrong. When it's right, it's right. Simple. If you're a racist piece of shit, I'm gonna call you out. But if you are being accused of being a racist piece of shit, and it turns out you're only criticizing people, like, no, you're not a racist piece of shit. And that's the difference. I don't believe like as soon as I look at someone that I disagree with because the color of their skin, then that's where I'm gonna base my insult on. You white person, you say something negative about black people, you're racist. So does that mean that if a black person says something negative about a white person, that's also racist? No, black people can't be racist. No, I don't stand for that double standard. No, it's either like the rule applied to all or to none. And here's the funny thing, right? This is why I'm skeptical. I don't just come out of nowhere and just start calling people names just out of the blue, right? Because when you do that, you dilute the meaning of that names. Do you know there's actual racist piece of shit out there? You still have people in, let's say, Mississippi, right? Like this kid who was found hung and was quote unquote suicide. I don't know, but it looks like it might have been some lynching, right? It might have been some funny thing going on. So yeah, so why on earth would I put, let's say, these type of racist people, right, if the guy was actually killed by racist people, right, or however he died, right? But it seemed like it. So then why would I put, let's say, these type of racist people versus someone like middle of the road conservative and put them in the same category? It doesn't make sense to me, because then what you end up doing is that now real racist people get to hide behind, let's say, conservatives. They get to hide behind, let's say, middle of the road type of people. They get to hide behind anyone who's in the left, who's on the right of Bernie Sanders. It's like, and that's the thing with, let's say, with black people, right? I want to make sure there's a clear distinction between black people and niggas. Because black people are awesome. Black people are cool. They go to work. They take care of their family. They do the good thing that they need to do. Niggas, on the other hand, they're pieces of shit. Niggas, on the other hand, they start fighting when a party happens. They start they tear down the neighborhood. They shoot up the block. These are niggas. Why the hell would I want to actually hide niggas? No. And that's the difference. And I'm trying to tell people like, yo, stop siding with these niggas. Because they're hiding behind you. Whenever you don't condone that they do, whenever you make excuses for them, you are making them bolder. You are making them like more aggressive. You are actually giving them, they have no reason to stop tearing down your neighborhood. So what do? Instead of holding these niggas accountable, you try to look for the boogeyman. Oh, it's white people's fault. You gotta bring back shit like, slavery, or this and that and this and that. Yes, all of this shit happened. Yes, and it was horrible when that happened, right? It was. And then now you have the perfect excuses not to hold yourself accountable because of racism, because of Jim Crow, because of this, because of that. I'm not toning down these things because they were horrible when it was happening. But name me a group of people that did not go through some bullshit and somehow managed to get out of it. The Koreans, the Japanese, the freaking, all these places, on and on and on and on and on. And it's like, and the reason why it's so frustrating, right? The reason why it's so frustrating is because it's very hard to continue to sympathize with a group of people that is prone to self-destruction. A small group of people. A small group of them. Because when we talk about, let's say, the prison population, right? When we talk about, let's say, black on black crime, when we talk about, like, dude, it's a small group of people that's doing this bullshit. It's a small group of people that's making black people's life live in hell. It's a small group of people. And then whenever you try to clean it up, whenever you try to get rid of this riffraff, all of a sudden, oh, it's an attack on black people. No, it's an attack on niggas. Like, dude, it took Trump 2 weeks to clean up DC. Motherfuckers walking around with their jewelry on. What? You couldn't do that before Trump put in the National Guard. And it's like the clear data show that they could have done things about crimes a long time ago. But no, the people that you keep voting for, the people that you keep siding with, the people that you know over and over and over again, about 90% of the time, these people don't do shit for you. And the only thing they give you is excuses as to why they don't do shit for you. But it's not my fault. It's the Republicans' fault that your city is down to shit. But you got black mayors, black governors, black police chief, black this, black that. Motherfuckers, you are in the level of power. You could do things for people. But no, you don't care about the people that you serve. You only want to use black people to push your BS agenda. But you don't give nothing back to black people. But I'm the coon for criticizing. I'm the coon for pointing it out. And it's like somebody there point that out as well, but because it's a different skin tone, he's racist. I can't take some of you niggas seriously no more, man. Seriously, bro. Like, anyway. So, that's what I have for you today. I'm your host, The Haitian. So share, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.